Gilmore finish up with 20 apiece, handing Indiana a 112-104 setback. The Pacers in the 81-82 campaign with 35 wins, 47 losses. 5 Pacers in double figures today, including Billy Knight with game-high 23, and free agent Johnny Davis contributes 19 in the losing cause. The Atlanta Hawks will meet Philadelphia to open up the first round of the NBA playoffs. This afternoon in Washington, the Bullets negated any hopes that Atlanta had of taking on New Jersey, who gets the 4th spot in the East Division playoffs. The Hawks got off to a good start. Eddie Johnson to Roundfield for the slam, 24 for Danny Roundfield. They trail by 20 at one point in the game. Spencer Haywood, one of those days today, finishing with 17. Then on the fast break, Don Collins gets the hoop. Bullets win it today, 99-96. The 76ers, who will take on Atlanta in the playoffs, had a tough task with the Milwaukee Bucks at the Spectrum this afternoon, but went on to win it easy. Dr. J collects the slam off the feed from Cheeks, 18 points. Milwaukee, who has survived injuries all year, got a bunch from Marcus Johnson, who lays in on the twisting layup. Good defense by the Sixers. Bobby Jones, the steal, and he goes in for the high percentage shot, 12 points for Bobby. And Dr. J steals the show with his patented finger roll. The Sixers go on to a 110-86 victory. Billy Cunningham may be in for a little trouble with the Hawks Wednesday when they begin their mini-series. In the NBA today, the Celtics finish up with a 63-19, the NBA's best record. They beat New York easily today. Another play, Kansas City hands Houston a 2-point loss. They'll play Seattle. Houston, in a losing cause, has the 6th best record in the Western Conference playoff action. Another play in the NBA today, Utah wins by 8 over San Antonio in a game you saw here on Channel 8. Los Angeles gets past Phoenix by 5. It'll be Phoenix versus Denver in the playoffs. In that game, Nixon connects from the top of the key for the Los Angeles Lakers. Dennis Johnson going inside over Brewer for 2. Lakers were breaking in the game. Magic to Nixon behind the back to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the slam. Magic had a great pass again inside to Wills, who had 31 points. And again, it's a 5-point win today for the Los Angeles Lakers. In Major League Baseball, the Cincinnati Reds are trying to put back-to-back wins together this afternoon out in San Francisco. Let's get up to date on what's happening at Candlestick Park. The game's still in progress. Top of the third, Tom Seaver pitching doubles to right field. He moves on to third when Ron Oster singles. Then Dan Dreesen with the sacrifice to center field will score Tom Seaver from third base. And the Reds took a 1-0 lead in the 3rd inning. But it didn't last long. The lead went quick for the Cincinnati Reds. Bottom of the 4th inning, it's Reggie Smith. Their Seaver scoring off the sacrifice. Reggie Smith here, a 2-run homer into right field. They're now in the top of the 7th inning, and San Francisco has a 4-1 lead. The Major League record for starting the season with consecutive victories was set by Oakland last year with 11 in a row. This afternoon, the Atlanta Braves tied that achievement. They tied the National League mark of 10 in a row last night in Houston. Braves take a 2-0 lead in the first when Bob Horner doubles inside the left field line. Glenn Hubbard and Dale Murphy come on home. The Astros put on a run in the 5th to make it 2-1. In the 6th with bases loaded, Rayfield Ramirez lines to Ray Knight at third. Knight dives to double up Chris Chambliss. Nothing comes across for Atlanta. Houston would not threaten again. Garber gets Phil Garner out swinging. And 10 in a row for the Braves. They've now taken the National League record at 11 in a row. Other play today, there's that final. The Cubs win 5-1. Leon Durham, a 3-run homer. New York Mets losers again today to Montreal 7-6. The Cardinals get it 1 in the 11th inning over Philadelphia 6-5. 8 in a row now for the Cardinals. They're in the 6th inning out west. Los Angeles and San Diego tied. In the American League today, Detroit wins 2nd in a row over New York. It was Alan Trammell, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Boston beats Detroit. Cleveland gets past Kansas City. The White Sox have won 8 in a row. They're 8-0. They beat Baltimore this afternoon 6-4. Texas squeaks past Milwaukee by 3. California over Minnesota 5-2. And out west, they're in the 3rd inning. Seattle is leading Oakland 1-0. In American Association play, only 8 hits in the game. The Indians lose to Evansville the 2nd in a row. Losing pitcher today, Kip Young. The Indianapolis Checkers are headed for Wichita for Game 2 of their Adams Cup semifinal series with Wichita. Last night at Edmonton, Fred Creighton's team took another step toward the CHL title by taking a 3-2 contest from the win. Kevin Devine with a game-winning backhand goal at 18:35 of the 3rd in front of 12,000 in Edmonton. Surprising crowd. Checkers return to the Coliseum for Game 3 on Thursday. And in golf today, they finished up the Tournament of Champions in California. Going into today, it was Lanny Watkins with the lead. He was tied going into hole 18 with Ron Streck, but Streck misses the 3-foot putt. Watkins takes home $63,000 today. And Kathy Whitworth wins the Women's CPC International Golf Tournament in South Carolina today. The victory ties her with Hall of Famer Mickey Wright with 82 career wins. That's sports.
Thank you very much. We'll have a final sports story of sorts right after this.
Here's Gigi Chalfin for Optical Fashions.
One of the things that most surprises our customers here at Optical Fashions is how low the prices are for our designer frames. They can't imagine being able to buy Playboy, Dior, Anne Klein, and many others for little or no more than regular frames. Being able to get exactly what you want at a good price really does make selecting frames fun.
Optical Fashions, 1001 East 86th, unequaled anywhere.
This is Gary Collins. On the next Our Magazine, divorce and how it affects friendships.
I was an outcast. That was it. And to this day, after 2 years, I am still an outcast.
The Male Secretary of the Year.
Well, it's almost like being in a harem.
Keeping your heart healthy and more. We make every hour count for you.
Monday at 5 here on Channel 8.
Lots of ruckus.
It's the McDonald's Quality Game, Earl. Thousands of possible winners every day. We may be next.
At McDonald's.
And finally in the news, it was a classic case of the North versus the South, and the battleground was a golf course in Carmel. Channel 8's Ruth Ann Gordon has the story.
It was a fashion parade of sorts on the Mohawk Hills golf course as the Carmel housewives took to the green against Greenwood housewives. Carmel women were decked out in furs and jewels, while Greenwood women wore straw hats, t-shirts, and overalls with Izod tags. Both groups have been the brunt of jokes by the other, and this was the main reason for the match.
We were sitting in the clubhouse and having a couple of drinks, and we decided they were telling Carmel jokes. So we decided to invite these Greenwood ladies out and see how to plug in our stoves, see where our refrigerators went, and see if they weren't really nice gals.
So Greenwood teed off. And Carmel did the same. And while waiting for their chance at the tee, some sipped champagne and hammed it up.
Why did you decide to take the challenge? Well, I don't know, it's just a beautiful day and the ground's a little wet, can't plow, so might as well come up here and play a little golf. I wanted to see how the other half lived.
Oh, I'm excited about it.
You think it's a good thing? It should be an ongoing event?
I think it's great. I really do.